What a day it's been. Another episode of the Ray of Knowledge here at Raymondville Early College High School. I'm your host, Mr. Joseph Palacios, and I'm here joined by Mr.
Mr. Jared Flores.
and
Leon Guzman.
all right, man. It's been a very interesting day, and that's really what I want to get down to. That's what I want to talk about. Jared, I know you've been asking me, hey, when is the Ray of Knowledge coming back? Well, here it is, my friend. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I feel honored. I feel honored being back here, and after how long has it been since the last episode?
Oh, man, it's been a while.
Yeah, and I'm really glad. I've been waiting. I've been waiting ever since you brought it out. I've been waiting just for, just to be on. Like I've been telling my friends I want to be on him, be the next episode. Like just wait for me.
Yeah.
And here it is. Here I am.
Yeah, here it is, and here you are, and today is just one of those interesting days because we're getting towards the end already of your senior year. Man, how does it feel being close to the finish line?
Honestly, it feels like that it just I don't know how to say it in words, but it just feels like that.
You don't have to hold it.
Oh, my bad. But it just feels like time just went by so fast. It feels like when I was I remember things from my freshman year, and it feels like it happened like a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like I'm actually about to be on my own. Like it feels like I'm still still a kid. Here's I still gotta go to school, gotta wake up. It doesn't feel. I guess it just doesn't feel real. Like it feels like
Like you're in a dream or something.
yeah, like kind of like that movie. What's that movie with
The Truman Show.
not yeah, actually, yeah. Exactly, that's how it feels. It feels like just everything's been just doesn't feel real. And then I'm pretty sure when I get to the finish line, I'm gonna be like, man, I'm gonna start noticing all these different things.
Yeah.
In the real world, it's totally different.
Oh man. So Leon, tell me a little bit about you. Are you graduating as well?
Well, no, I'm barely a freshman. So
Really?
yeah, so I'll be going into my sophomore year
Okay.
next year.
Okay. But coming from your perspective, what did you enjoy the most of your freshman year? Or tell us a little bit about your experience as a freshman.
Well, my experiences, I didn't really do much. All my time was consumed with band all year, with the marching, and then after the marching season, we had to do the spring season. So all of my time was really consumed with the band most of the time, and I did a lot of tennis. And then I spent a lot of time with my friends. I really connected with the teachers too. The teachers really, they're really helpful with everything. So I had a really good time this freshman year.
So today was Freaky Friday in a sense.
Yes, it was.
And, I mean, I woke up this morning and I said, this is going to be the last day officially almost for the seniors, and I want to do something special. What I mean by that is that I had this idea, let me see if I can get one of you guys to come in and be assistant principal for the day, and we'll switch roles. I brought my hoodie and all, and I wanted to dress apart, right? So fortunately for today and for me, I found you, Jared, and I asked you, very casually, I said, hey, well, what's your plans for the future? And you told me that you wanted to be an educator, you want to be a teacher. So you shared a little bit of the backstory of how you wish to go into the elementary field first, to get a grasp for it and understand that working with children is a very beautiful thing because they're always happy to see you, etc. Right? So then I asked you, would you like to be assistant principal for the day? And you said,
I said yes. I'd be honored.
So I think we took everybody for surprise, especially the student population. They were trying to figure out what's going on. So tell me a little bit about your experience in being principal for the day.
Man, it was fun. I got thrown into there right away. As soon as I was getting myself settled in with the office, I got a call on the walkie-talkie, and they said that there's something had gone down over there at the gym.
Yeah.
These two boys messing around. Spraying at each other, they're just messing around, right? They're horsing around. So
Yeah.
I had to get down there, had to show them what's up, had to teach them a lesson,
Yeah.
had to discipline them. But
How did you do that? I mean, you said you had to discipline them, but what was your technique in dealing with these kids?
well, first I had to announce myself that I was there. I had to show them that I was an authority figure. You know, I wasn't someone to be messed with the what's it called? What's it called? The
Oh, with the bullhorn.
yeah, there you go with the bullhorn. I had to
Uh-huh.
So I had to announce my presence there, and pretty much I just went up to them. I just talked to them. I was like, "Hey, what's going on, man? Like, why are you messing around, man? It's the last day of school. Like, y'all can't just take it easy. Like, you know, just be on your phone watching TikToks. Like, I mean, I could watch TikToks all day and, you know, not have a problem with it. But like, I just told them like, hey, man, it's like last day of school, for me at least. Just chill out, man. Just it's a Friday. You know, there's no need for you to be messing around.
Just relax.
Exactly, just relax, especially like so early in the morning.
Uh huh. So were you able to like give them a verbal warning? Did you send them to ISS or what?
Nah. I gave them a verbal warning. I
Okay.
told them like, hey, just make sure y'all don't mess around again. But if you like, you know, if y'all do, y'all teacher's gonna let me know, and I'm gonna have to send y'all ISS.
Yeah. No. Just so that we're clear, you're under my supervision the whole time, right? Like,
Yes.
So like, yeah, you know, had you recommended ISS, you know, then that's something that I would have looked into, and I would have asked you likely, like, hey, help me understand why you're wanting to go the ISS route. You know what I'm saying? Like, help me understand. I think when we go that approach, you know, we're being a de-escalation approach, trying to understand, you know, the why, and that's part of what individuals, administrators do, is we try to understand what's making you tick. What is it that is making you make the choices that you're making? It's not always easy. I know you had other conversations with other fellow administrators, and you know they were telling you that you can't treat everybody the same. Is that correct? Or tell me a little bit about that.
That is true. I had a talk with Mr. Amaya, actually, one of the other assistant principal, and he was telling me that, you know, not everyone's the same. You gotta. Oh man, he told me that you gotta. What was it? Man, I forgot what he told me, but pretty much what he was telling me was that, you know, not everyone is the same. You gotta treat every kid differently. You know, like with me and him, we have a special relationship where like he can get on me more than the other kids do.
So you can't treat one kid the same way that you treat them another. It depends on the relationship that you guys have, correct?
Exactly. Like,
okay.
Like me and him, he gets on me, and like I'll take it as a joke, and like I know he means well, and I know like you know, but like I could take it. Whereas if it was another kid where, you know, like I actually experienced this firsthand. Where there was a kid that had cut it in line, and he told him like, hey, you need to get back to the line, and the kid kind of like took offense to that because he was saying like, well, there's some other kids that cut it in front of you, like why'd you tell him anything?
Yeah.
But he didn't see, so he's paying attention to me.
Right.
So he told him like, well, I saw you, so, but I like, if it was me, like I would have said like, come on, sir, like just let me cut just for this one time. He's like, no, go to the end of the line, and I would have gone, like I wouldn't have said anything about it, but it was that to me, like that was my first time experience of seeing like, wow, that like this is what like y'all have to deal with, like
yeah.
It was, you know, it was surreal.
That's good, man. And again, the takeaway that you get from this is understanding a different perspective. Oftentimes, you know, when we're dealing with students that are adolescents, you know, ages from 14 to 18 years old, sometimes even more, right? And again, not everybody thinks the exact same way. Everybody has their own way of being brought up, right? So that makes their perception and when they're starting to understand these things by their personal perspective, it's not the same for everybody. Leo, I see you're shaking your head. Tell me a little bit about that. What are you thinking right now?
Specifically with what?
With what we're talking about right now, like, because I saw you shaking your head, and you're like, are in agreement or not in agreement, or help me understand what you're.
Like I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
Like you gotta, like everybody's different, and they're not gonna respond the same.
Yeah.
So you could tell somebody like, oh, hey man, like you need a, like how you said, with how he told him to get to the back of the line. Like some people can take offense to it, and some people can like, or they can just like be like, oh, okay, so then I'll go back. And then some people would want to argue, and some people would just want to be like, oh, okay, I'll just do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So that's typically what we deal with on a daily basis. You got to go in a golf cart. You got to look at the perimeter. You got to interact with students in the hallways. I saw you checking ACs, right? Tell me a little bit about that. What was going on there?
Oh man, I don't know. Like Well, I've known about the ACs since I have. There's some classrooms that I'm in that the AC don't work, so I've known about them for a while. But I didn't know like what I it was something new that I found out was that if there's the AC goes out in one room, it'll go out in another room. There's some rooms that are connected with each other that they'll go out. So I didn't know that. So like, for example, there's a there's a 305 and 307. If the AC goes out in 305, it's gonna go out in 307. You know, but it's just like it's been a year round kind of thing, and you know, like I don't think like they've sent emails. I think they said that they've sent emails, and you know they've been needing to get it checked out. So it was cool, like having to like kind of being that like person, you know, go out of their way to go like tell them like, hey, it was called. Can you check it out on this, or can you check out this room? They're saying they haven't had AC for a while.
Yeah,
and you know, it was fun. It was really nice to getting that experience firsthand.
You even had lunch with admin, right?
Oh yeah, I had lunch with you, sir.
Yeah, man. You know, it's a get up. Not every day is the same. You know what I can tell you is being an administrator for over 8 years already. Not every day is the same. Not every kid is the same. But you always have to ensure that you're treating everybody as fairly as possible, understanding that you know there's a line that we meet in the middle, and that line is the line of center that you're gonna get very equal treatment with respect to the rules, with respect to policies and so forth. Where we go a little bit in the gray is like the relationship building, because we want to make sure that you can trust us. We want to make sure that you understand that we're here for you, not to hurt you, to help you. Because our goal is to help you graduate, to get your endorsements, to get your certifications, right? And hopefully that you can do that in 4 years. Your freshman, your sophomore, your junior, your senior year. And give you some more tools so that you can go into college or into trade school or into vocational school and understand what you're doing. I think one of the biggest things that schools are always being asked for is like teach more financial literacy. Help our kids understand what taxes are. Help them understand what loans are, what, you know, APR are, you know, stuff like that. Do you know anything about that? Like, what's been your experience with that?
Man, you know what? Actually, there's a teacher here. His name is Mr. Tamez. He teaches economics. Well, he teaches government the first semester and then economics, and he talks about stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know, most of the time, like, you know, throughout the year, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really paying attention to his class. So, like, if I would have, you know, given the time to actually listen to what he was saying and hear him out and ask these type of questions, I'm pretty sure like I'd have more of an understanding of what, you know, taxes and all these kind of things are. But that's it's kind of one of those things where it's like yes, like they're like, you know, y'all should teach more about these, but at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, well, we've been teaching them. You just don't ask.
Yeah.
So you don't ask questions, and it's one of those things where it's like kind of like a 50-50 kind of thing. You got to meet me halfway there.
So I know some of the kids were like trying to figure out, like, are you the assistant principal for the day? Are you not? Can I ask you these questions? Can I not ask you these? Like what were some of the things? What was the funniest thing that you heard today?
Oh man, you know what? Actually, you know how you were playing the student role, right? You're playing the little delinquent, and I was the.
I wasn't playing a delinquent.
Yeah, sir.
I got all A's.
Hoodie up all day. You know how many times I had to tell you to take your hoodie off, but So when we went to the 600 wing with Ms. Garza, man, that was funny. When you were I was talking with them, and when you were telling when I was there for a little bit, and you told me like, all right, it's time for us to go. I was like, yeah, let's head out. And then one of the students had said like, really? You're listening to him? He's the boss of you? I thought it was the other way around. I was like, that's not how it goes. I tell him when I'm ready to leave, and he's like, well, I bet he told you. He told you if you're ready, let's go. I guess he's the boss of you. And I was like, hey, I told the teacher, like, Ms. Garza, you have to check up on this kid right here. She's a little, you know, a little
defiant.
Exactly.
That was actually a very fun moment that we created in that space. I really enjoyed. I laughed quite a bit with that moment. So that's one of your classes, actually, right?
Yeah, that is actually one of my classes. I take that class for CNA. Well, I'm actually it's a class I take with a different teacher, but it's still part of like it's in that classroom where it's the CNA program where I have it with Miss Patty Garza instead of Miss Jessica. But
Right.
Patty hasn't been here for a while, so Jessica kind of has like she brings all the kids together.
Yeah, yeah. So did you get certified already, CNA?
Actually, yes, I did. Wednesday we had I had failed I'd passed my skills because there's two tests you gotta take.
Correct.
You gotta take your written exam. You gotta take the skills exam.
Mm-hmm.
So I passed my skills exam, but I had failed the written exam by 1 point.
Okay.
So I had to. So me and some other kids had to go take it again. I forgot where. I think in McAllen. We had to go take it back over there. But we passed. Like they actually told us that we don't have to wait like. Because before we had to wait, I think a couple of days before they gave us our results.
Right.
But they said that like the senior the teachers are saying that they get them like right away.
Okay.
They just log in. They get them right away. So like after we took our test, they said that once everyone's done, we can get the results. But
and you got them.
Yeah.
So you passed.
Yep. They told me I passed, and I was like, it was just that breath
of fresh air.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because, I've been stressing over that test for a while. I was like, because that's kind of one of my backup plans. Either if teaching doesn't go well for me, I have, I always have that CNA certification to, fall back on.
Yeah. So the CNA certification, it's actually a good certification to have. I personally had it when fresh out of high school as well. I never used it. But it's a good thing because it gets your feet wet if you want to go the route of nursing. It helps you understand that there's that CNA introduction, and you start understanding the foundational skills of nursing. Then you keep on going to school, and you go for your RN. But some people don't go for an RN as a bachelor. Some people go for an RN as an associate's. Or some people go for a nursing license, which is an LVN. Differences is the amount of study time and the coursework, but that's typically the route: CNA, LVN, RN. ADN, BSN, and then after that you have your master's in nursing, which is an MSN, and then after that you have a doctorate in nursing, which is a DNP, I believe. So there's levels to that, and every single one is different, and you get a different scale of salary. Did you know that?
I didn't know there was much of those little acronyms. It's crazy. All I knew was RN, LVN. That was it. Actually, the order over there at the Retama, they talked about that. We had one of the guys over there. They're talking about how we could work there over the summer, and if we wanted to, we had to talk with them that they could actually pay for stuff like that. But we have to be like, it starts off at like the first level, and then we could work our way up to like,
Correct. So if you don't go the traditional route, and when I say the traditional route, I that's usually going to like a university, such as UTPA, TAMUG, stuff like that. Yeah. Those are typically your 4-year colleges where you get a bachelor's minimum, right? But let's say you don't go that route. Now, off of 281, there's a college called Rio Grande Valley College of Nursing or something like that. And there you can get your ADN, your Associates of Nursing. You can also get your LVN there. So you don't have to go through a university, but you go through them, and they're accredited, and they allow you to go take their classes and get those degrees. So, either way you look at it, it just depends on your situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it does.
So, Leo, what's your future looking like? What are you wanting to go into? I know you're really good on the quads, and tell me a little bit about what your future holds.
Well, for my future, ever since I was a little boy, like 5 years old, I've always wanted to do music.
Okay.
And now I still want to do music, so I want to
like production or just play.
I want to go to college so I can go for
That's the bell. You want to go check out the hallways and make sure that they're okay.
Oh yeah. I'll have to right now.
All right. So Mr. Flores is gonna go do his administrative duties right now. You were saying, Leo?
That I wanna go to college and I wanna get my teaching certificate.
Okay.
But I also want to get my performance degree so I
Okay.
can have both. So if the performance doesn't work out for me, I can always fall back on the teaching certificate
Okay.
so I can pursue music.
So when you say performance, like, is that something that you want to do as a music teacher, or you actually want to go out there and perform in front of crowds?
Well, I actually want to perform in front of crowds.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your instrument is
Well, I play a lot of instruments.
really
I play the guitar, the bass, the accordion, the drums, the piano, and then I also have the band instruments. I have the marimba. I just got back from state and I earned a Division 1 on my marimba solo.
Congratulations on that, man.
Thank you.
That's huge.
Thank you.
That's huge. I have a deep fond respect for music.
Yeah.
You and I had a moment there where we were replicating, mirroring our drum patterns, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
But what I see from you is that you've obviously been playing for quite some time.
Yeah.
Since 5, you said.
Yeah, like 5 or 6 years old, somewhere around there.
What was your first instrument?
My first instrument was a drum set. I got my drum set like 5 or 6 years old, and I was playing it, and then I ended up joining a church band, and I would help there with my dad. He was in the band. He was a guitarist, and I would play there in the band for like 4 years, and then after a little while, I wanted to play the piano, so I picked up the piano, and then after a year or two, I wanted to play the guitar, and then I played the guitar, started to learn how to play the guitar, and then I wanted to play the accordion, so then they got me another accordion and another instrument, and I started to learn to play the accordion. So I've been playing for quite a long time.
Well, I mean, you're talking about maybe like 8 years already.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's very impressive. I personally have a daughter who's 12 years old. Been playing since roughly around the same age, about 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
And we got her started on ukulele. After ukulele, we went into piano. From piano, we went into regular acoustic guitar. Then all of a sudden, she wanted to have electric guitar, so we got her the electric guitars with the amplifiers. She's doing pretty good, man. At 12 years old, she's already performing quite a bit of classical guitar music.
Yeah.
I know the one that she normally plays in front of people is La Llorona.
Yeah, it's a really pretty song.
Yeah, and but when she comes home, I want her to play some Metallica, so she'll shred. She'll shred.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull it up. But yeah, give me a little bit more. So that's what you are looking into doing, music or teaching.
Yeah. If I was gonna teach though, I wouldn't want to teach at a high school or like a middle school, because I want them to know, because I don't have the kind of patience like to teach. So I would want to go for my doctorate, so I can teach at a college. But I might fall into the high school realm or middle school, anywhere.
Here we go. Let me see. Let's see, I can pull it up. For some reason, it's not wanting to play. What the heck? Oh, I know what's happening. Here we go. Practice, right?
Yeah.
I mean, speak to that. Like, how much practice do you have to put in?
Quite a lot. You had to play. You had to do it for a long time. I mean, like that's with anything. Like if you want to be good at anything, you have to put in a lot of practice.
Yeah.
And the way I am right now, I got so good because I've obviously had a lot of years of practice. But even though I earned that Division 1 too, because I put in a lot of practice, like a lot of practice.
Yeah.
So everything you just need practice. And how old did you say she was? 12?
At that point, she is 11. At the in that video,
Wow.
she's 12 now. Yeah.
That was good. For her being 12, I couldn't play that if I was 12. Just needs more practice. Like practice. If she just practice and practice and practice, she'll get really good.
Well, what I really liked about her school, and not every school does this. It all goes back to leadership at the campus.
Yeah.
Her school has this teacher, and shout out to Mr. Gaxiola in Edinburgh. Mr. Gaxiola ended up winning teacher of the district, and part of the reason why I think he won that is because he's very committed to his craft.
Yeah.
This guy, when you enter into his classroom, it's not a normal music classroom. You're talking about he wanted to introduce kids to guitars. He ordered a whole bunch of guitars for everybody to have, so they're all hanging on the wall, right? He wanted to introduce them to percussion. He ensured that everybody had percussion, so he was putting in the order for percussion. Now he needs an extra room because the kids are wanting to be a part of that, right? And it's fun and it's good, and so they got him another room, and that whole room he ordered electric grand style pianos.
Wow.
Like you're talking about a whole room of pianos.
Yeah.
So there's stations and there's rotations that he has, and I tell him, man, like, matter of fact, he texted me the other day, and he was talking about my daughter, and he says, let me see, where was it at? He says, I didn't get a chance to tell you, but school won't be the same without your daughter. Best wishes for her. Mm-hmm. And I responded with, you can always recruit her from the middle school to come and help lead your elementary kids next year.
Yeah.
Grow the program.
Yeah.
You know, because again, it's important for your teachers to like be committed to it. You're like, if they love it, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah. Somewhat. Like if they love it, you love it. What do you mean?
So like, if there's passion, there's engagement.
Uh-huh.
So if I'm very passionate about my craft of music, and I'm able to help you internalize how good this is, it's very highly likely that you're also going to be like, you know what, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You're inspiring.
Yeah, it's like I agree with you on that.
So when you don't have that passion, when you don't have those things, you know, like you're just going to be on your phone. You're just gonna it is what it is. I don't care much about this class type of thing. But you know, what you're talking about is that if you really want to be good at something, you have to put in the work.
Yeah. I think that's with anything. You have to put in a lot of effort if you want to be good at something.
So tell me a little bit more now. So you're wanting to do. Go ahead and talk.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say that it was called me and Leon had to leave for little Oscars. What is it? What is it that we're doing for Oscar?
It's like a little parade because he got the outstanding performer.
Yeah. So shout out to Oscar. He's one of the
state champs.
Yep.
Oh wow.
In the band. Yeah.
What did he get state champ in?
His flute.
All right. So we're gonna have a parade for him?
Yeah, like right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
All right. Well then,
I know. Sorry.
No, not a problem. Thank you so much for dropping on by. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.